Done actually.
Yeah, thank you. Hi Gopal Krishna, can you able to hear me?
Hi, yeah, I
Yes, yes.
can hear you. How are you?
That's fine. I'm good. How are you? How about you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Okay, fine, Gopal Krishna. So before starting the session, so demo, so yes, so let me introduce myself. So this is Dinesh. I have around 10 years of experience in IT industry. So I work for ETL tools and then BPM, and then so currently from last 2 years I'm working for RPA. So this is about myself. So could you please let me know about yourself? So your work experience, if you have any work experience, and then what is your education background, so that I can understand better about you, and then we will start the session.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Gopala Krishnan, though even I'm also working for IT industry for past 9 plus years,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm into software testing at the moment, and my education qualification is MCA,
Mm-hmm.
and currently looking around to upgrade my skills into RPA.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So is it purely manual testing or any like tools you are using, Selenium or QTP kind of thing?
No, it's completely manual. So I'm working as a product test lead at the moment. So this will be completely manual one.
Okay.
So
So
I'll be just governing the entire testing steps.
that's fine, Gopal Krishna. Okay. I'm sure. Okay, good. So now I'll jump into so RPA. Do you have any idea about so what is RPA? So what it is RPA stands for?
Yes, so RPS stands for this Robotic Process Automation,
Okay,
and
good.
my understanding is that this is to mimic the, repetitive human action.
Yes, exactly. Okay, fine. So as you
Yes,
said,
so whichever steps that are repetitive.
hmm. Yes, exactly. So as you said, so it's a robotic process automation. So we are going to so automate any business process. So if you have any existing business process, then only we can automate. So please remember this thing. So because everyone will get confused on this particular thing. So if you have any existing business process, then only we can able to use RPA tools. If you want to create any new business process, it's not at all possible to use RPA tools. So what it means by that exactly? So it means so must and should we need a existing business process which is implemented by the humans wherever human is interacting on the regular basis, day to day life, repetitive tasks. We are going to replace humans with this help of softwares, that is RPA technology. So I will give you one example for this, then you will be more clear on that. So where we can able to use this, and then how it will be useful for the business, and what are the advantages after implementation of the RPA. Okay. So for example, so we are all using mobiles, right? If you make a call to customer care from your mobile, what are the options you are going to get?
Yes, some would be automated stuff. So, for example,
Hmm.
if you click on some numbers, it will automatically let you know the balance of that one. And
Yes,
if you click
exactly.
on
So it will give some
let you know
numbers.
the offers,
Mm-hmm. Some numbers to
yeah, it
perform
will let you
our
know the
queries.
offers that are available.
Mm,
Yes. So,
exactly.
I understood what you're trying to say. So, some few would be automated.
Yes. For example, so one, click one for language selection, right? One for English, two for Hindi, three for any other local language. For example, if you select one, again it will give you so multiple options, one, two, three, four, like that. For example, one for prepaid
Yeah.
customer, two for postpaid customer. So for example, if you select one, again it will give you so again one, two, three options what you are looking for. For example, so if you say one for data package and two for roaming activation and three for plan change. So like this kind of options you will get, right? In that again, if you select one for data package, so you need to so you will get another so options like one, two, three, four, how many packages they have. For example, 1 GB per day, 2 GB per day, or unlimited,
Yeah.
right? So all these things
Yes.
will get your options by default. So if you select 1 GB per day, it will give you again options 1 and 2. 1 for confirmation, 2 for go back to the previous menu, right? So if you, whatever the query you are looking for, if it is not available in these options, then you will get your option 2. So 9 or 0 to speak with a customer care executive, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, so by these options, most of the queries, user queries, 95% of the user queries is answering by this automation process, right? So if the query is not in this option, then only they will go to the customer care executive. So almost all
Yes.
it's a repetitive tasks. So it's regularly the users is looking for only these kind of things regularly. For example, anything automation, so active plan activation, roaming activation, disconnecting plan, or activating another plan, roaming, and then so caller tune, whatever it may be, is a repetitive tasks, right? So in this, so
Yeah.
it's completely automated now, right? So whatever the query you are looking for, so it will be, so by using these one and two options like IVR options, we can able to resolve ourselves, right? So is when you
Yes.
are resolving your query, is there any person is interacting with you in the backend?
No.
No, right? Who is interacting with us? It's a
I mean the
software
automation
or
tool.
machine, right? Software or machine is
Yeah.
interacting with us instead of humans. Nowadays, this is happening, right? For example,
Yeah.
go back to 5 years before or 6 years before. Do you have this option?
No, it would be
No,
directly the
right?
customer care
Yeah.
executive
So at that
dealing
time,
with
what
this.
we are
Yeah.
doing,
Sorry.
at that time, what we are doing, so if you for any queries, user any queries, we need to make a call to the customer care and we need to wait for 5 minutes or
Yeah.
10 minutes in a line, and then we need to speak with them.
Yes.
They have to understand, and then they will raise a request. The request will be assigned to some BPO person, and then he is going to resolve that, and then finally it will route it to us as a message. So your query has been resolved. So for that, it will take
Yes.
minimum 20 minutes to 6 hours, right? At least minimum if you take.
Yes.
So now
Yeah. The
compare
time
to,
consumption has
yes,
reduced now.
yeah, exactly. So now compare to 5 years before or after implementation of this automation in a telecom domain. So what are the advantages you have observed? For example, so at that time, if you have 1 lakh customer care queries, 1 lakh customer care queries, how many resources customer care executives is required to answer these calls? Roughly, if you take 10,000 members also, they have to answer
Yeah.
10 calls at the same time, right? That's why, so if you
Yes.
observe, our waiting period will be there, the queue. So before when you are calling, so before you, some other person is in a call. So it has to be completed, then only your call will be get connected, right? So that's the, so process, queue process. But nowadays, so do you need these 1 lakh customer care queries? 10,000 resources is required to answer these calls after implementation of this process.
No, between
Not
100 and
required, right? Not at all.
300 is
So
enough
because,
according. Yeah.
yeah, almost all 95% of your queries is answering by themselves. So every call will not come to
Yes.
customer care executive. So we can manage with at least 1,000 only, right? So remaining, so 9,000 persons manpower we have reduced, right? So first advantage is,
Yeah.
so we can reduce the manpower. So it means cost and ROI, return of investment. So many things, right? So whatever the amount, so they are, it's putting on that particular, so process, it has been reduced, right? This is the first advantage. And second, time, right?
Yes.
Before that, so if any query, if it has to be resolved, it has to take 20 minutes to 4 hours, at least minimum. Nowadays, it's immediate resolution, right? When you click on a button option, automatically the activation will be done. So no need to wait for half an hour, no need to wait for 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever it may be, right? And
Yeah.
any other advantages that you
Cost.
observed here?
Yeah. Cost here.
Yes,
So
cost.
I mean, reducing the manpower will reduce the cost as
Exactly. Exactly. And then any other things?
well. Mm,
Okay. For example, if you observe here, if you want to make a call previously, so you have to make a call in between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. only, right? But now
oh yeah.
it's
Now
now
there is
it's
no restriction
24
timings.
hours.
Yeah.
Whenever you want to resolve your query, you can able to do that. So no need to wait for specific period of time, right? And another one
Yes.
is
Yeah.
when you are making a call, when you are so giving your query to the customer care executive, when you are explaining, so maybe the communication gap or whatever it may be, the person is unable to understand your query, or you are unable to so explain your query exactly to the customer care. Due to that, so you will set something, you will say something, they will implement something. The chances is there, right? For example, if you ask them to make a like activation of like 1 GB per day, they by mistake they have activated 10 GB per day. The chances is there. It means the
Oh
human
yeah. Got
mistakes,
it.
right?
Yeah. Chances of mistakes have got reduced. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But now 100% accuracy, right? No need of so
Yeah.
any human interaction here. So it's 0%, right? Yes.
Yes.
So no need to.
Inaccurate.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So understood, right? So we can so give 100% accuracy for this after implementation of this process. This is a simple example. So where it has been already implemented in our real-time environment. This is a telecom example, right?
Okay.
The same thing it is
Yeah.
applicable for every industry like banking, healthcare, insurance, and then retail, and then banking sector, government sector, everywhere. Wherever human is interacting on regular basis, regular work, it means repetitive tasks, repetitive rule-based, repetitive things. We can reduce the humans and then we can at the same time so in place of humans, we can replace with our software. So this is nothing but a RPA technology. Is it clear now? Where it
Okay.
will be useful, how it will
Yeah.
be
It's
useful for the business. For example, banking.
yeah.
So if you observe, if you are using credit card or if you are using debit card or if you are using any bank account, every month we will get a messages, right? Bank statement or credit card statement, whatever it may be. Do you think
Yes.
any person is sitting in the back end and sending the mails to us? No, right?
No, it's completely
It's
automated.
completely automated. So, for example, if you want to make a credit card bill, so in every month 15th, you will get a message on the first. So this is your bill date, this is your so minimum balance, and this is your so amount you have to pay, and all those things you will get it as a message or you will get it as a mail, right? So all these
Yeah.
things is been automated. So but previously, if you observe like 6 years back or 7 years back, so bank person has to make a call to us, customer, and then they will inform to us, right? Nowadays, no, right? Everything
Nowadays they
has
don't
been
get any calls.
automated.
Yeah. Automated.
Yes. So
Yeah.
now, so we have n number of tools in RPA technology. So for example,
Mhm.
so BluePrism, Automation Anywhere, and then so UiPath, OpenSpan, WorkFusion. So these different kinds of so RPA tools is available in the market. All the RPA tools will do the same thing. All the RPA
Okay.
tools will do automating the business process. That's it. They're going to automate
Okay.
the business process. Nothing else. All the tools are GUI based. No need to write any code here. So maybe in Pega or OpenSpan, so they have Pega OpenSpan, they have some little coding, so knowledge is required, but remaining tools it is not required. So you need to
Okay.
understand how to work with that tool and then how to use the components and then which situation we need to use the which component. That's it. That is more than enough to work with a RPA tool. Just you need to have knowledge on
Okay.
tool and then you need to have so small logical business thinking, the process oriented. If you have that logical thinking, that is more than enough to work with the tool. For example, I will give you an example. We have mobiles, right? We are all using mobiles. So when we are using mobiles, so we have different icons in your mobile, like message, like WhatsApp, and then for example, clock. and then contacts, different options you will have. If you want to set up a
Yes.
alarm, where you will go, which icon you will choose? You will choose a
The
clock,
clock.
right? Because you know that.
Yeah.
So if you want to set up a clock, you have to go for a, if you want to set up a alarm, I have to go for a clock, right? If I want to send a message, I have to
Yes.
go for a message icon, right? You are used to
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
so you can understand each and everything. So which one I have to use? The same way, the tool also
Yes.
you need to understand each and every object, each and every component, when to use, how to use. That is more than enough to work with the
Okay.
tool. Okay. So now, so in all these
Okay.
RPA tools, so we have, so demanded one be Blue Prism. Okay. So because,
Okay.
so Blue Prism is, it's completely stabilized tool in the market, and then it's high secured. So when you compare with all the tools, some are open source, some are licensed. In the licensed tools, Blue Prism is the most costliest tool, so they are charging for the license. So you can so assume that wherever they are charging more, you can understand wherever they are charging more
Oh,
means there is something, right? Something so more
yeah.
than the other
Exactly.
than other tools, right? The the something is
Yeah.
nothing but it's a stabilization and then success rate of the tool. So that's why so
Okay.
Blue Prism is highly demanded in the market now. Most of the banking organizations, so most of the insurance sectors, so they are so using so Blue Prism. Okay. So these are now. So we'll
Okay.
jump into so Blue Prism. So what are the things we are going to learn here in a Blue Prism, and
Uh,
what exactly we need to do here?
Dinesh,
Yes. Yeah.
sorry to interrupt.
Go
Before
ahead.
that, can you please give me some info on how it is? I mean, how RPA differs from the test automation tool?
Okay. Fine. I will tell you. So for
Because
example,
I just want to understand whether I can use this RPA tool as a test automation tool also.
yeah, you can use. So we have some test automation tools, right? Like Selenium and QTP. And then, so these tools you can use only for the testing. So before coming the
Yeah.
product into the live, once the product came into the live, so then if you want to automate, you can't able to use this Selenium and then QTP. Only for the testing purpose you can able to use. For example, I will tell you what it
Yes.
means by that. For example, if you are using a Facebook account, okay.
Okay.
So before launching the Facebook into that apps, before launching the Facebook or before launching any site, so into the market, they have to use Selenium and PDP for the testing purpose before coming into the
Definitely.
live. So is it work? Each and every
Yeah.
option is working fine or not? We have to test. For example,
Mhm.
so username and then password, it is working properly or not. To test that, we will use Selenium and QTP automation tools, test automation tools. But after coming product is coming to the live, now it's in live, Facebook is in live, you can able to use, every person can able
Yes.
to use in the market. Now
Yeah.
if you want to send every day good morning message to all your friends,
Okay.
understood the requirement, right? Every day 9
Yes.
a.m you have to send good morning message to all your friends in a Facebook. Then we will come with a RPA tool. That is the main difference
Okay.
between the
Okay.
both the two. Before coming to the live, we will
Okay.
use a test automation tools.
Test
After,
automation tool.
yeah,
Okay.
after implementation, after it is in a live, to automate the business process, we are going to use a these things. For example, in telecom example also,
Okay.
so once the business process is readily available, then only we can able to automate, right? So it's already
Yeah.
implemented. So before that, we are going to use this test automation for testing purpose. Is that option is working fine or not? One is working fine or not? Two is working fine or not? Right?
Okay.
Is it
Yeah.
clear now?
Yeah. Yeah. Got it
Okay.
now.
So good. So now,
And
so
even this can also be used as a test
yeah,
automation tool, right?
and
If
yeah,
required.
exactly. These RPA tools you can use for the testing, but
Okay.
testing tools you can't able to use for automation.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Good. So now I will show you. So what are the things we need to learn in the this particular blue prism, and then so how the tool looks like, and then what are the components you have. For example, I opened this already. If you observe this, see this, can you able to see the screen here? This one,
Yes.
this complete thing. See this, how it looks like in this page. So start, action, action to, and end, right?
Yes.
This is how it looks like. It looks like a flow chart, right? It looks like a
Yes.
flow chart. As a BluePrism developer, you are going to create a process like this. This complete thing we will call it as a bot, robot, or process or task. Don't get confused. Each and every organization, each and every company, each and every person, they will call it a different names. But universally, we will call it as a bot or process.
Oh,
Okay. For example, if you observe
process.
here,
Oh,
yes, left hand side, all these are the shapes. All these are shapes. So you need to understand if you want to automate any process, which shape I have to use, which shape I have to
okay.
use, and step by step business process. For example, so
Mhm.
if you want to send, so automatically if you want to send messages from your email automation, just assume that. So every day 9 a.m. you need to send a report to your manager. So already you have a report in a particular file, it will be generated. From that file you need to pick the attachment and you need to send it to the your manager. Then what you have to do? Every day you need to log into the browser. That is the first step, right? And then you need to type. So for
Yeah.
example, so from your gmail.com, you need to send email or icacportal.com or anything. So then you need to type a URL gmail.com. That is the second step. That is the second flow. Next one will be you need to give username and password. That is the third step. Next one will be you need to click on a sign in button. That is the fourth step. Next we have to go to compose, right? After compose, you need to mention the to email ID and then subject, and then you need to click on the attachment and you need to go for that particular folder. Every day you will receive the particular attachments reports into that particular folder. You need to attach the first attachment and then you have to send. So these things we are going to give it to that particular flow. We are going to create a process like this here. So I will show you one process here. So how it will be created, how we can able to run the process. Just a minute. Okay. For example, if you observe here, see this. Here first step is start, and first start and then loop. Here the requirement is, here if you observe, we have employee ID, employee name and salaries, right? Employee ID, employee name and salaries. We need to calculate total salary here for this particular all the employees. How much total salary we are giving. This is our requirement. For that, what we have done, just observe start, loop start, and then we are implementing here calculation. So and then loop and then end. So here we have a total salary. Do you have any total salary here? Zero, right? Once you complete this
Yeah.
process, then you can able to understand what is the total salary it has been calculated by this process. By it will take automatically, it will take so each and every record and then it will implement the calculation. If you observe here, just I'm going to run this. Observe this. It will show you in a blue prism each and every step where it is running. For the first record, for the second record, for the third record. It will calculate total salary and it will display here. See this now. What is the total salary now? Here it is displaying. This is the total salary. So based on how many records you have in this particular thing we'll call it as a collection in this employee table. So those many times it is going to implement the calculation incrementally, automatically. So like this, we can able to
Okay.
automate.
And
Yes,
what is that collection properties screen?
this one.
Yeah, this one.
This is a collection. So for example, it's like same as a array. If you want to store more than one value, then we will go for collection.
Oh, is it? Okay. You mean to say that this is for storing the values?
Yes, exactly. Store, for example, Assume that we have a data in Excel file. We have 1,000 records
Okay.
or 2,000 records. We need to process all the data
Okay.
to some application. We need to enter each and every record, for example, first name, last name, and then salary.
Yeah.
And then, so what is the tax percentage? When you enter all this data from Excel to that application, application will calculate so tax
Okay.
for that particular person. And then what will be the for example
Okay.
HRA, what will be the so medical allowance, what will be the house allowance. It will calculate everything and will send it to the particular person. Assume that. Then you have 10,000 or 10,000 records in Excel file, right? So you have to do each and everything one by
Yeah.
one process. Instead of that, we can import all the data, Excel data to collection. From the collection to you can give it to the application. It will be like that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So like this, we can able to automate Windows applications, browser-based applications, mainframe applications, and then Java-based applications. So whatever the
Okay.
application, if it installed in your machine with the executable file, that particular thing we will call it as a Windows-based application. Whatever the file,
Okay.
so whatever the application, if you are going to connect through the browser, that we will call it as a browser-based application. We can automate both the things, and then we can automate Citrix applications also. We can automate mainframes
Mhm.
applications also. It will be like that.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
is it
So
clear
whether
what
the
we are going to do
complete
inside the tool? Yeah.
okay, where the complete Blue Prism development is going to be done based on this flowchart only, or is there any other way of developing this one?
Only in the flowchart only. So you are going to create a
Okay.
flowchart based on this requirement, based on your requirement. So for this creating a flowchart, you will, for example, so if you want to work with the Excel file, already you have some user defined, predefined business objects is available. Internal business object. For example,
Okay.
if you want to copy the data from an Excel file, if you want to create a new sheet, if you want to so pick the data from an Excel file, already inbuilt business objects is there. You are going to use that. If any business object is not available, you have to create user defined business object. So whatever the things we are going to
Okay.
work universally, so everyone's requirement, they created as a inbuilt business object. For example, I will show you some inbuilt business object. Go to file, import. If you go to BluePrism where it has been installed, you can able to see some business objects from files. BluePrism Limited. Visual Basic Observe calendar. Everyone will use OLEDB to connect to the database SQL Server. So by default, BluePrism has been connected with SQL Server database. That's why we have SQL Server. And then email automation. If you want to go for email automation, we need to go for this. If you want to go for Excel, if you want to work with Excel file, you have to go for this. If you want to work with a Word, you have to go for this. It will be like that. So whatever the thing we are going to use very frequently, so everyone's requirement, it's a universal requirement. Then we can able to use these inbuilt business objects. For example, if you want to work with a Facebook, that is your requirement, right? It's not a universal requirement. For example, if you want to work with a
Yeah.
Gmail, it is your requirement. So that's not a universal. Then we have to create a user-defined business objects. It's nothing but you are creating a reusable things. Once you created, you can able to use n number of times in n number of bots and n number of persons can able to use.
Okay.
Is it clear?
And what is that VB?
Visual Basic Objects, inbuilt business objects, it has been created. So it's like a
Visual Basic Objects.
framework.
Okay.
It's like a framework. It's
Okay.
readily available to use.
Okay.
Okay. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So by using these tools,
All those are already inbuilt, right?
yes, exactly. By using these tools, we can able to automate two kind of applications. So like dependent and independent. It's like attended bot, unattended bot. Attended means wherever human is interacting when the process has to be completed, then we will call it as a attended bot or dependent bot. It means, for example, in telecom example previously which we discussed, so if you want to complete the process, it is asking user inputs, right? When you make a call to the customer care, you need to give your inputs based on your requirement, right? If you click one for selecting language English, and then if you are not selecting any other option after that, then what will happen? It will be disconnected, right? It will not go further.
Yeah.
So it means it's expecting a user inputs, right? That is nothing but attended bot. Wherever human is interacting to finish the process, we will call it as a attended bot. Wherever human is
Oh,
not required, wherever human is not interacting to complete the process, then that will call it as a unattended, unattended or independent bot. For example, email automation. So no need of human interaction, right? Automatically, once you
yeah.
configure it, automatically it will go to the server, it will connect to the server, and then it will fetch the login to username and password, and then it will automatically it is
Okay.
going to compose, it will send the emails. No need of human interaction here, right? So these kind of, so two types of bots we can able to so develop by using this so RPA technologies. Okay, so easily to learn this, so it's very simple thing, so it's very easiest tool. So we don't have so much so information here so to learn. So we need to learn all these components how to use, so when to use, that's it. That is more than enough. But so from your side, commitment should be every day after the class you need to practice at least half an hour. Otherwise, when you are
Okay.
discussing everything here, you can able to understand everything, so it will be well and good.
Yeah. Okay.
But so when it is coming to implementation, when you want to implement so by your own, you will get confused. So you need to search each and
Okay.
everything. So what is the first step? What is the next steps? So it will be like that. For example, uh, assume that you have a Facebook account. You can able to understand each and everything in a Facebook. For example, likes, and then sending a messages, sending a friend's request, hiding your phone number, hiding your email ID. All these things you can able to perform in your Facebook. Assume that you
Yes.
created newly Instagram or Twitter account. Can you able to do the same thing what you are doing in a Facebook?
We usually struggle for the first time.
Yes, for the first time. So
And
until unless you used to that, you have to be such and you have
yeah.
to struggle. It will take some time, right? The same thing here
Yeah.
itself. So by seeing that, you can able to understand everything. For example, so by seeing Instagram, by creating account, you can able to understand everything. What is Instagram? What is Twitter? You know that, right? So but you can't
Yeah.
able to implement it. Doesn't mean that so you don't know what it means. So what is Instagram is doing, what is Twitter is doing, you know everything. But when it is coming to the implementation, you are not used to the tool, so you have to struggle for first like few days, right? The same thing here.
Yeah.
It's very easy to understand.
Okay.
So you need just a small logical thinkings how the business has to be followed, how the business say is happening. For example, any loan approval or credit card approval, what will be the process if you want to automate any loan approval or credit card approval? So just so general thinking, yeah, the person has to be valid identity proof, Aadhaar card number or PAN card number, whatever it may be, right? And then he should have a bank account
Yeah.
number, right? And then he should have some salary greater than 50,000 or 1 lakh, whatever it may be, right? So if the person is doesn't
Yeah.
having bank account number, what is the point in checking his salary limit, right? If the person is not eligible for credit card, if his salary is less than 50,000, what is the point in checking his CIBIL score, right? It is not required. So this kind of business process, you need to understand which one should be first and which one should be next. So always the business process will be given by architects or SMEs. You need to understand the business process. Based on the business process flow, you need to create a bot. That's it.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
Any questions?
Nothing at the moment.
Okay. So thank you. So if you have any other questions, so just let me know.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. And
So
how we are initializing this tool? I mean, you're just clicking on the icons. That's it, right?
no, no, no. So we have to configure. So install. You are talking about installation, right?
Now, I mean, after installing,
Okay.
uh, so you're just directly opening. Is there any other steps that are required to open that one,
Yes. So
or is it just as simple
we
like
need we need to configure it. We need to configure it to the database. So then only we can able to use
okay,
that. So then we will get the
okay,
username and password for that. So based on the username and password, once you logged in, so based on your role, so it will give the permissions. For example, if you are a developer, just a minute, I will show you here.
hmm,
If you are a developer, you will have access to only this studio component. If you are a admin, then you will have access to everything. Now I logged in with admin account. I can able to access to each and every tab here. But if you logged in with developer
okay,
account, you will have access to only studio component. It will be like that. Okay,
hmm,
so when you are like configuring with the database and then BluePrism, so we need to configure, we need to do all these settings. Okay, so don't worry about it. I
okay,
will take care of the things, installation and license and all those things. Okay.
yeah, sure.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And so that's all for today.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay.
So,
If you
and
have any question,
we'll be joining tomorrow, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I'll just look into it, and you are the one who's recording this session, right? Or is it Vinay?
Yes, it's me.
Okay, that's fine. So, can you please share this recorded session today?
Sure, sure. Okay. So I will share it to Dinesh and Dinesh will
Okay.
give it to you. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine
Yeah.
then.
Thank you. Bye.
And do you have any material for this one, a blue
Yes, I
prism?
have. Yes, I have.
Okay,
So don't
can you
worry
please
about
share
that.
that as well with the Vinay?
Tool installation and then license and then material I will take care. Okay. Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Bye. See you. Bye.
Bye.